Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about tabs and indents. I noticed when I was grading the papers that you were turning in for the policy manual that a few of you are really struggling with how to set up tabs and indents for tables. So you've been probably spending a lot of time using your period key trying to line up names over on the right side of the page, and that's really quite difficult. I'm going to show you something that's going to save you lots and lots of time here. So these are just some items that I've typed in. It's going to look like a table of contents when we're finished. I'm going to go ahead and change the size here just so it looks like a table of contents and center that. Now when I want to set tabs or indents for a list, I'm going to highlight the entire list. That's really important, and I'm going to look here. You can always make sure that you're looking at the view ruler. It's something you can check under the view tab. So turn your ruler on so that you can use it. It doesn't necessarily default to being on in Word. You have to turn it on. So again, let's highlight, and I'm going to, because the ruler's on, I can use a really quick way to set my tab. I'm going to double click on the line on the ruler, and it's going to open the tabs dialog box for me. Notice that because I clicked on the 6, it clicked here, but you know, if you were just a tad off either way, it might say 6.23 or 5 point something. You could always just go in here, clear everything, and just set your own tab. And in fact, I think I'd like it to be at 5.5. Now I have choices for alignment. I can left align the right side, I can right align it, or I can center it. I want to right align in this case. Most of the time a table of contents is going to look much cleaner. A list of any kind might look much cleaner if it's right aligned. And then I'm going to choose the dot leader. Now the dot leader is what it looks like, similar to the periods that you run across the page. There are some other choices here, but typically this dot leader with the period look to it is the one that's most common and accepted. So once I've done that, I just click OK, and that has been set. Now I don't actually see any difference here, but when I click at the end of each word and I click the tab key, provided there are no other tab sets set for the entire line, then I know that I'm going to be, as I click my tab key one time, it's going to run a dot leader all the way to the right side of the page, and it's always going to stop right where I told it to. I remember that's why I had to highlight the whole list at the same time. I want everything to stop at 5.5, and now I can simply type in my page numbers, and that's just a quick process. Of course, I would be verifying that these are the actual pages that this document lists. And when you're setting up a table of contents, just know that the page number is the page number that this section starts on. So it wouldn't matter if part 1 actually spanned over, 4 or 5 pages. We would only place in the table of contents the first page that it's noted on. Okay, so you see how simple that is and how much time is saved. And I would probably be working for hours trying to get the periods to line up on the right hand side, and it would maybe never actually look as straight as it should. So I'm going to run over real quickly to a list that you'll recognize. In your policy manual for Job 2-5, this list was provided to you in your book, and so I have typed in the title on the left hand side and then the person responsible on the right. And I could have just clicked my tab leader over and then typed the name in, but I decided to type everything in for visual purposes for you. Now remember what I said, you're going to have to highlight the whole table. And in this case, we want to, I think 5.5 still works pretty well for me. So I think I'm going to click here. And sometimes this happens. It doesn't click exactly the way I want it to. So I actually have to be a little careful, a little tricky in getting the right dialog box up here. So the 5.5 did come up, which is great. I'm going to click right. I'm going to click the dot leader and I'm going to set it. And there aren't any other tab stops along the way, so I'm fairly confident that as I click the tab key one time, it's going to push the name over to the right side of the page, and it's going to right align stop at 5.5. And I actually on purpose went ahead and put 2 spaces between the title of the person and the person's name, because I wanted to have a visual place to put my cursor when I hit tab. So notice that I'm clicking tab just one time between the 2 spaces. It's completely optional if you put spaces in there like I did or not. You could just run it together, so long as you're consistent with where you're putting your tab key in front of the name or in the back of the title. Either one would work. And then what's important to note is as you look, you'll see every single name is right aligning to the right side of the page, and they are exactly the same. They're exactly in line with one another, which is the look you're looking for. It looks very professional. I'm going to go ahead and turn the show hide key off so that you can actually see how clean it looks. And I think even for a visual, it might be better if I show you the print preview. So look how nice this all looks. Whoops, I'm going to go too far up here. Look how nice this looks. It's all aligned like it should be, and that's the look we're looking for. So I hope this was a helpful short video for you to work with tabs and indents. It's a very cool feature in Word, and everyone should learn to master it. All right, have a great day.